The first time I realized something was wrong, it wasn't a fight, or a lie, or even silence. It was laughter. Her laughter. From the guest room. At midnight. It cut through the stillness of our lake house like a shard of broken glass, sharp and out of place. Emily wasn't watching a movie, and she wasn't on the phone with her sister. I knew her voices, her tones. This was different. Low, intimate, edged with a warmth I hadn't heard directed at me in months. I lay frozen in bed, my chest pounding, staring at the cedar beams above me. The smell of the pinewood walls, usually comforting, turned cloying. A part of me wanted to stand, to storm down the hallway, fling open the door and demand answers. But another part, the cowardly part, whispered, "Wait. Maybe you're imagining it. Maybe it's harmless." That night, I did nothing. But once a crack forms in glass, it only widens. Emily and I had been married 12 years. We bought the lake house as our escape, a quiet refuge where we'd drink coffee on the dock and watch the mist lift off the water. I thought it was our shared dream. Lately, though, Emily had been pulling away. Excuses layered over excuses. Headaches, deadlines, last-minute trips to the city. She smiled less. Her phone never left her hand. At first, I rationalized. Stress, I told myself. Everyone drifts now and then. But the red flags piled up like autumn leaves. A text she snatched back before I could glance at it. Perfume lingering on her dress, though she swore she worked late alone. Her laugh, God, that laugh, brighter for someone unseen. Every instinct screamed what I didn't want to believe. But love makes fools of us. So I swallowed my suspicions, choosing silence over confrontation. Until the night I couldn't anymore. We were sitting by the fireplace, flames painting her face in golden shadow. I studied her, memorizing the curve of her cheek, the way her hands twisted the hem of her sweater. "Emily," I said, my voice steadier than I felt. "Is there someone else?" Her head jerked up. For a heartbeat, her eyes widened, guilt flashing like lightning before she masked it. "You're being paranoid," she snapped. Too quick. Too sharp. I wanted to believe her. God, I did. But silence stretched between us, and in it, I heard everything she wasn't saying. I didn't push further. That was my mistake. A week later, I drove back early from a business trip. The lake was glass still, reflecting the dusky sky. The house looked serene, smoke curling from the chimney. But inside, serenity shattered. Her jacket was on the floor. A man's shoes by the door. Voices upstairs. I don't remember climbing the steps. Just the sound of my pulse in my ears, deafening. I stopped outside the bedroom door we once shared. Through the crack, I saw shadows moving. Heard whispers. Her laughter again, but softer, sweeter. And I knew. I didn't burst in. I didn't scream. I turned and left, each step down the stairs feeling like I was shedding a layer of skin. When I confronted her later, she didn't deny it. She wept, begged, blamed loneliness, blamed me. Said she hadn't meant to fall for him, that it just happened. That phrase, just happened, was a dagger. Love doesn't just happen. Betrayal doesn't just happen. Still, I didn't rage. My voice was calm, almost detached, as I told her I wanted a divorce. Maybe she expected me to fight, to cling, to forgive. Instead, I watched the color drain from her face as she realized it was truly over. She asked about the house. Of course she did. The lake house was where her affair began, but it was also her sanctuary. She begged to keep it. Her tears were real, her desperation palpable. I said yes. But my agreement came with one condition. We met with lawyers. Papers were drawn up. I signed everything without argument. I let her keep the house, the furniture, even the boat. But I added a clause. Buried in the paperwork, nestled between property lines and financial disclosures, was a condition she never questioned in her haste to secure the lake house. It stated, if another man cohabits with her in the property, ownership reverts to me. She didn't notice. She didn't read carefully. She was too eager to win. And so she lost. 3 months after the divorce was finalized, I drove out to the lake one evening. I parked on the far side, hidden among the trees, watching the house that once held my dreams. Through the lit windows, I saw her. And him. Laughing, pouring wine, moving through our kitchen as if they owned it. I didn't feel rage anymore. Just a hollow ache, tinged with grim satisfaction. Because soon, the house would be mine again. When her new lover moved in, she sealed her own fate. The lawyers confirmed it. The deed reverted. Legally airtight. The next time Emily called me, her voice cracked with panic. "You can't do this, James. This is my home." I let the silence hang before answering. "It was ours. Then it was yours. You chose to share it. Now it's mine." Her sobs on the line were jagged, desperate. The sound of a woman who thought she'd won, only to realize the board had been reset beneath her feet. People ask me sometimes if it was revenge. Maybe it was. But it was also something else. The lake house was never just walls and wood. It was the life we promised each other. And when she invited another man into it, she didn't just betray me. She desecrated everything we built. I couldn't save the marriage. I couldn't salvage the trust. But I could reclaim the house. Not because I needed it, but because it symbolized a truth she could never erase. Actions have consequences. I don't live there. I never will. After the deed returned to me, I locked the doors, shuttered the windows, and left the house standing silent by the water. Sometimes I visit, standing on the dock at dawn, watching the mist rise. The house waits untouched, holding all the ghosts of laughter and love and betrayal. And Emily, wherever she is, knows it's there. Knows she lost it not because I took it, but because she gave it away. That is the catch she never saw coming.